Hello there, this is SD. I'm going to do my third run of the day, because it's still horrible out and there's nothing else much to do than play games and record. So, we're going for Engi B this time. The ship sucks, but, you know, we'll do what we can. We've had some relatively easy runs today so far. Some minor difficult bits at the beginning of the Fed A run, but nothing too bad. I don't know why I'm running you two weapons. I mean, I want to do that when the fight actually starts, but I can't do so. Okay. So this ship is really, really bad and has very dangerous early fights and very bad weapons. The one crew member is really secondary in terms of why this ship sucks compared to the fucking terrible heavy ion crap. You do have a lot of stuff to sell, so you can do some interesting things with this early if you can find a store. So I'm going to go here and here, and then probably there, and then we'll evaluate. Yeah, I'm going to run to weapons in the jump, because having faster weapons on this can be quite helpful. Great. If I shoot drones, I will be safe. But that assumes that both of my shots hit. Oh god. Let's turn both my system repair drones on and leave my weapons man. Please don't. You fucking asshole. So one big problem with this ship is, if you're gonna run to get the faster weapons manning, it does mean you get literally zero progress towards your FTL charging them. Shoot that again to make sure it stays down. This is going to be tedious to repair. Turn the oxygen on. I can't close my doors. Yeah, 7 damage in the first fight. Go and fix the doors first. Fortunately, they never hit my weapons, especially after they dodged the first 2 of my heavy laser shots. That could definitely death spiral. It also would have been much worse if that basic laser had been a heavy laser, which is an entirely legal weapon combination. You're good at repairing stuff because of the double system drone and the Engi, but the system repair drones aren't intelligent about where they go. They just go to whatever system got damaged first. And obviously, you sending the Engi place. There are certain rooms that you can't fit, you know, the 2 crew or the 2 system repair drones and your Engi in anyway. And even if you can, you're definitely not charging your FTL or charging anything else up. So it's risky. Okay, this is a double reward. I think if I run to shield, no, these weapons, it would need to be heavy and mini beam for getting shield manning to be safe. Still, let's turn my anti-drone on to deal with this border. The only problem with doing this is we might be able to crew kill this if we don't kill him. So I'm going to actually turn the venting off. And I might turn my anti-personnel drone off. Yep, anti-personnel drone. Stop punching him. Let him run away. You just go and heal. And if we kill the next person who comes over, kill the human in weapons. So here's one occasion where the system repaired run, I'd like to get him out of that room. He won't do it until the oxygen is fixed. Which nearly cost me a drum part, among other things. At this point, we can probably get the crew kill even if he runs away. Yeah, we can, but he doesn't even do that. So, nice double reward. We want to check the map for a store before we spend our scrap. If there was a store, we could potentially make quite a lot work by selling the drone reactor booster this ship comes with, and some of the drones. Ideally, you want to swap the heavy ion for a flak, which is what we did the last time I played this ship, if I recall correctly. Go here. Adding another ion can also be pretty good, although it's slow. You can make ion 1, heavy ion, heavy laser work against 3 shield chips, and I've done it before. No, I clicked the wrong button. It doesn't matter because they dodged, but they may have a repair drum. They have level 3 engines, that sucks. Let's heavy ion the piloting while it's broken, and that way, even if they get a point of repair on it, it stays ionized, which means they can't charge their FTL. Looks like we may have got a fire in there anyway, though, because they never fixed it even once after that happened. No store, so let's immediately get that second shield bubble and make this piece of junk significantly more survivable. The big danger is just what happens if you get a fight when you still only have one shield bubble, where they break shields or weapons or both, and it causes a horrible cascade because you have a shot that misses, which is nearly what happened earlier, but it didn't happen. I think I have enough time to circle the bottom, get these 2 nebula jumps, and still see everything. Because yeah, I'd go here, 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 and here. These are the 2 beacons that I want to go to for visibility purposes anyway. So let's do that and try to build up some more scrap before we see a store. So this engine hack does literally nothing because we only have level 1 engines anyway. That means we are going to get our training here. Now we could potentially get a crew kill in this by hitting the oxygen. I'm not willing to do that because in addition to the fact they could have a system repair thrown over there that would make doing it rather awkward once we swap to firing the heavy laser. This is the oh no, I don't want to turn speed hack off yet. This is the engine hack event, and I will gamble on getting a random reward instead of trying to get the guaranteed medium reward from crew killing. Knowing that this event cannot have the 1 in 9 weapon drop or the 1 in 9 crew drop, both of which are huge on this ship, is, you know, a very strong incentive to not do a crew kill. In most situations, I would be very happy to, if I know a fight has default rewards, I will try to eke out the slow crew kills with the heavy ion into oxygen, even if it takes ages. But that's because those two 1 in 9 drops are so important for this ship. Actually, I can get the shield training here as well, can't I? I'll do that after I get this. It's almost certainly never going to matter, but with speed hack it won't even take that long. It'll be faster certainly than getting the evade training, since I only have 12% evade. Certainly getting 30 dodges with 10 to 12% evade is slower than getting 110 shots into shields with 0 evade. I think we just had some thunder. One moment. Like it. I need to keep an eye out because I don't want the power to go when I'm playing FTL. You can have bad things happen if the power goes out when you're playing FTL. I've had it delete my save at one point and it corrupted the profile. And I lost all of my ships. I mean, that wasn't a particularly big problem. I unlocked them all fairly quickly, but I don't want to have to do that in the middle of a streak. Let's turn speed hack off now. So yeah, if things get too bad, I might actually switch the game off and come back to it at a later point. Just hit the shields and blow them up. Try to prevent them running. They may well have a system repair drone over there. They seem to be repairing quite quickly. But they're not running anyway. So. Nice. We were rewarded for gambling and get the high scrap reward. That is 1 scrap off the maximum you could get in this sector. We're going to take a missile here, unfortunately. I'll hold my Engi in there until that goes off at least. Since they don't have shields as well, I want to put the heavy laser in slot 1 because if weapons take a hit, I want the heavy ion to be the one that goes down. Now there's no point in doing that because we have no evade anyway. Annoying. You are very, very annoying. That's not going to be in time. This will. Good. And now we've won because we breached the weapons earlier, so they cannot launch any more shots. Well, yes, they can, but they didn't. But they would never be able to repair their weapons, that is. Ooh, more free halberd beams. Now this is a very awkward weapon to add to this ship because the big problem with this ship is that your weapons are slow and don't have a very high number of projectiles they fire. And, well, the halberd beam is slow and requires projectiles to pop shield bubbles. But it's still a really, really good find. There will be some fights where I just use the halberd beam instead of these 2 weapons. Is this one of them? I think it is because... yeah, we just hit these 3 rooms. I don't think they can have level 3 piloting at this point. This specific layout can. Actually, we'll hit these 3 rooms. Then if we don't manage to... And actually do it this way in case they don't have a shield buffer. Okay, good. It's all down. This will, unfortunately, only be a low scrap. I think here I'll use the halberd as well. I just need to take one of these weapons down for security. And they're unlikely to use the charge ion in an intelligent enough way to risk getting my shield all the way down. Although they are charging it all the way up apparently, so maybe I should be quiet. Never mind. Now I'm going to swap since their shields are down, and I'm going to run my pilot, or my Engi into piloting so that I can start charging the FTL. Heavy laser is guaranteed kill here. Take one solar flare certainly, but I don't think we'll take 2 unless they like piloting or that. I should shut up. Okay, so here's the system repairs being fucking dumb. They're going to fight the fire in that room instead of fixing my engines, which is the thing that's actually relevant. That will cause us to take a second solar flare, I believe. Maybe not. No, we are still going to take a second one, even with no shield. Not even no shield, no ship. They're also not willing to go into that room until the fire goes out, even though they're immune to fire. I don't know why they have that coded into them, but they do. Oh, I've already seen this beacon, so I know it's not a store, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, in this fight, I think I want these 2 weapons, so that if we get our weapons get pulsar'd, we keep the heavy laser on. Yeah, or if we get missiled in weapons. Of course, they could just dodge everything and... Oh my god. Thank god we actually hit there. Like, maybe the halberd beam would be better due to the guaranteed damage. Since you can't dodge a beam, but the risk of it getting pulsar'd seemed to me higher than the risk of them dodging loads and loads of shots. I'm going to, on each occasion, just wait until the pulse goes off and then immediately fire both weapons in there. Yeah. So, if the laser misses, we have the ion to fall back on. We haven't been ionized in weapons. That's the one good thing that's happened in this fight. Or that hasn't happened in this fight, is the case with me. We really need a store just for repairs now. Like, we're in quite good shape, but we've taken quite a bit of damage. And one bad fight can kill us, so we're going to be quite cautious. Until we find a store where we can get some safety. One half-decent store and we have a pretty strong run. We have good distress options. Let's hail them. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to use these because if they hit the weapons on their first volley, I can fire the heavy ion, then swap over to the heavy laser immediately. Whereas if I use the halberd beam, while I'm guaranteed to damage them, as long as I don't get hit in weapons, if I do get hit in weapons and the worst case scenario happens, I can take a lot of damage. There we go. So yeah, we got hit once, but we were protected against the worst case scenario. I don't know what crew they have over there. We could potentially crew kill this, depending on whether we get resists and who they have in that room. But I'm happy to just get out of the fight with only 1 damage taken. Nice! Triple reward. I'm going to keep these drones like they are for now just because I powered all of them, and if I remove one from my bar, they'll explode, whichever one I remove. And I don't think I would use the combat drone right now anyway, but it's an option for later. Jump into this corner so I can spot whether there's a store. Okay, thankfully this is not a dangerous fight. They can injure us, but it's not too likely, and at most it'd be like 1 damage. I suppose it could be 2 if the mini beam dragged into another room. But thank you, Asteroids, you helped us out very much. Okay, we are not trying to greed for extra jumps when we're in red hull. Cool. Fill the drone reactor booster by hacking. Fix all. And let's keep going. The whole laser one there is kind of nice, but not worth going for, I think. Now, we may be able to crew kill this, although with the clone bay and the possible... Oh no, they don't have a system repair drone because they have 2 power in drones. They could have Engis, I don't know. But yeah, the way you do that is you heavy laser into the shields, and then heavy eye on the oxygen. And you have to do this quite a few times in a row. Usually at a certain point I switch them around. I wait until I've hit oxygen at least 5 or 6 times. I suppose we could use the halberd beam to find out what level their oxygen is. But I don't think it matters. We want to try for a crew kill here, no matter whether it's 1 or 2. Unfortunately, if that is level 2... Actually, what am I thinking? I am hacking now. Let's use a hacking drone to make this much more likely. Yeah, that is level 2. Since I'm using a hacking drone, I will actually fire my weapons the conventional sort of way. I also should have had my Engi in there for faster charge. At this point, I'd really like to get a crew drop because the next sector we could be theoretically forced to go rock. The choice is rock or rock, and then the live mine would just be a 25% chance to end the run. I have not had that happen yet, and I hope that it does not occur. I just frighten the dog by knocking on my wooden bench in a desk rather in a dramatic fashion. It's okay, sweetie. She is a very jumpy dog. So that should do it. And we just need to wait until they're close to being dead. That's near enough. And now they'll stay dead. Cool. That was a high scrap reward. We would not have got that without doing the crew kill. Explore the asteroid field and take a bunch of damage. As I was doing on the Fed A run, I'm venting my oxygen down to minimize the chance of getting hit in bad systems. I'm much more aggressive about doing that on this ship because you have 2 repair drones and an Engi. You can afford, even if you take a hit into weapons. Okay, we have a civilian sector to go to, but we do need to be wary of this because that is potential rock. So I may have to accept a slave or surrender offer if I get one. Let's go this bottom route and then up rather than taking this top bit of the nebula that isn't very good. They go like this because I can line the halberd beam up with the asteroid to do 2 damage to their weapons and guarantee taking the burst 2 off. I was about to talk about how I wanted to use those other weapons because I couldn't guarantee doing 2 damage with this, but then I realized, yes I can, there are asteroids. Nice. Okay, we now have very solid defenses. Or at least we do once we put the defense drone on the bar. We're not doing it yet. Yeah, now we have even stronger reason to want to get a crew member so that we can, more readily afford to get rid of some of these drones and use the ones we have in storage that are actually useful in combat and not just to paper over the fact that you have no crew. We have an Engi and an Ion. Give me a high reward. I am going to lose this repair drone for this defense drone, because the defense drone is very, very good. We are rejecting your stupid toll. Rather than using hacking here, I'm going to put up the defense drone, and we'll use the halberd beam from the start. That shot. I suppose let's go there since I'm not currently even powering my engines. Nope. Thank you, defense drone. We're actually not particularly far, but I think we actually could afford cloaking right now if we saw it, because we have so much stuff to sell. Which it seems crazy to be thinking of being on Engi B and having hacking and cloaking in Sector 2, but we've had quite a strong run. I haven't looked at, Sector 1, we got really low on health, but we were getting good rewards. obviously capped by the free halberd beam. No, I'm not going to take a 1 in 5 chance to lose the run outright. Okay, there's a store. Let's go here and then maybe there and back. It's gonna decline. We need our drum parts. Yeah, I can actually take this, and then the store. And we should be okay. Yeah, G is fighting 2v1, but they can survive 2v1 in the medbay for long enough for the anti-personnel drone to come in and be reinforcements. You can do it, AP drone. Yeah. And once he's in that room, I'm going to turn speed hack on because waiting for anti-personnel drones to get their health back is incredibly slow. We'll use the halberd beam here because 1 damage into their weapons makes the fight safe, and the halberd beam guarantees we do that. Thankfully they're not using the charge too intelligently. So there's weapons here, but they're not the kind of weapons that we want, because we want weapons that actually give us more shots. And that's a one-shot weapon, that's a missile weapon, and that's another beam. So, you know, like if we upgrade and use... Like, I suppose we could theoretically grab the ion stunner to replace the heavy ion, just because it requires less power to use all of them. But even while using all of them with a halberd beam, we need every shot to hit for the halberd beam to do full damage. Or against 2 shield bubbles, we can get it to, you know, if it hits once, we can still do some damage. You know, we really just want a weapon that fires a lot of shots to pair with the halberd and or the heavy laser. Problem with the heavy laser and the halberd beam together is they kind of fulfill the same niche as being weapons that you put something else in front of them to clear shield bubbles, and then that comes in behind and smashes the enemy to bits. I'm not going to buy the backup battery because of the possibility of finding cloaking here, and also, let's just sell that, and also the fact that we may need to, there's also no crew here, the fact that we might need to increase our weapons enough that it could be quite expensive. We want to go to like weapons 5 or something. We probably don't need to do that. I will gladly take that trade. Albeit I would prefer a jump where I can actually make money. So halberd beam kills here, so let's just use that and keep my FTL charging. Small risk they could bomb my weapons, but if they do that, I'll power the heavy laser. fire should just go on its own. Okay, there's another store. I think we have to go there right now because even with the exit being in a nebula, I would rather not dive here. Oh man. So I have the choice here of, in terms of stuff to get, because I want cloaking, obviously. I know next sector is a possible forced rock sector, so I wonder whether or not I need to potentially even buy a crew member ahead of getting cloaking, which I would almost never otherwise consider. But at a minimum, if I can get both of them, which I think I can by selling some stuff, I will do. I wish I could somehow afford the drone recovery arm to play with that combat drone that dropped, but there's no way I can countenance doing that when I have other better stuff here. I mean, if I buy the human, who is the cheapest crew member, I can sell combat drone, anti-personnel, system repair. I'm going to post this in the Discord as a thought experiment, because although I do have enough to sell to get both of them, it is interesting to see what people would think would be the right choice if I didn't have that option. Okay, so let's make sure I do have the scrap for it. I could potentially do it by selling the heavy ion as well, which I would gladly do. It would suck. I suppose I shouldn't say that I would gladly do it. But as it is, yeah, I have just enough scrap to get both of these. And I'm going to put the human on piloting so that I keep my weapon manning, as I value that very highly. And yeah, we have cloaking and hacking in Sector 2 on Engi B. This might be a dive anyway, actually. Yeah, well, the very next jump was a slaver, so I guess I didn't need to do that, but... I won't bother trying for a crew kill, but I will get the human some engines training. Also, I should stop venting the oxygen because I no longer have the system repair drones, but I can get training on everything with shields here. But yeah, that obviously recontextualizes that store, and thus it creates the question I had of, if I could only afford one of cloaking or crew, what would be the right choice there? But since you had no way of knowing that, that answer has to be found independently of the answer to that question, basically. You can't take into consideration that the next jump is a slaver, because we had no way to know that when we had to make the decision. You go here, you go here. There are very few situations where passing on being able to get the cloak hack cycle is the right choice, but potentially passing on a situation where you could be forced to lose the run is one of those. I'm also curious as to what I should do if these guys offer me a crew member. I think now that I have a second crew member, I'm inclined to reject. I could theoretically see a situation where I'd want to take it just in case I do get forced into a rock sector. If I lose a crew member, I still have two left. Having only one crew member who could potentially just be the human when I no longer have the drones could be a little spooky. I know that the odds of actually getting a rock sector is very, very low, even with knowing that there are 2 red sectors, so they can be, Pirate or Mantis or Rebel. So there's not very much chance for them to be that. And rock homeworld sectors can't turn out that early, whereas Mantis homeworld sectors can. So it's 5 different sectors it could be. So what is that? 1 in 25. That is still a really bad possibility. I kind of hope it is rock now, just because I get to feel smug. I mean, I don't know why I say that I can feel smug regardless. But I can more justifiably feel smug if it turns out that that is indeed a choice between 2 rock sectors. Use the halberd beam in case they start trying to run and I want to be able to damage loads of systems at once. But yeah, I think that if this is offering me a crew surrender, I will still refuse. Yeah, nah, I'm not taking it. I wish this jump had been at a different place and I could have got it before the store, and then I probably could have bought that drone recovery arm. But, oh well. Yeah, we're diving. Oh well, it's a nebula dive. That's fine even with level 1 engines, frankly. Let's vent these idiots to the medbay. It helps if I open the external vents. That's often a good idea when venting. It's because I didn't hit double Z. Actually, here I don't want to do that anyway. I'm fine with that other crew member running about and hitting systems that aren't cloaking. Unfortunately. Yeah, so generally incompetent play going on there, but whatever. Oh, there are 4 of them. There was no way I think we were going to be able to stop them from damaging a few systems anyway. I may want to, before the jump, just in case they have really nasty weapons and borders, get at least level 2 engines. I'm not going to use my weapons against them, because, you know, a ship that has upgraded defenses. Of course, an argument against that is that I kind of need to upgrade my weapons before next sector. We have another jump we can take, so maybe we can get some scrap there and make it a bit of a moot point. Good. I'm going to put the defense drone up. Not a terrible offer, but I want more scrap. Okay, yeah, we can afford to do this. I'll save the rest of my scrap for in case, you know, there's an immediate store next sector. I'll actually put my Engi indoors because we're highly likely to get boarded here. No, we're not getting boarded here, and if we put the defense drone up, we should not take damage. Of course, with cloaking, I could theoretically upgrade hacking and just use the halberd beam and shield hack. Because you can use the cloak to buy yourself, basically dodging the first enemy volley. But I always prefer to do the actual cloak hack cycle, because there are still ways that can go wrong. And you know, heavy laser or halberd beam is not a very good weapon setup, because, you know, shields exist. Okay, it wasn't a choice between two rock sectors anyway. I am going to go to an abandoned sector, because there are no Lanius bombers in Sector 3, so it's not too bad to go to. But I am going to pop out for just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Let's go to this abandoned sector. Take a quick look, no store, let's get my weapons up. And yeah, even though this setup is awkward, it'll do, and I'm going to upgrade cloaking and hacking next to get some power. Then we can cloak hack cycle very safely. Attempt to harvest some for ourselves. Gets us a fight. What are you hacking? Okay, you're hacking my hack, so let's not waste time using that. Let's instead just cloak this. Beam. Cool, double reward. Buy power first. Download the data stores and get some free stuff, as well as a map. We can check out a store to see if there's a weapon that fires. Like, if we get a flak, that would be amazing. Go with the halberd beam. And the possibility of that is worth going to one store and we need to get fuel anyway, so. But I'm not going to that second store, I'm just going to take all the fights. We will fight the Lanius ship. This is a 2-drone fight for sure. Because if it was just the missile and this, I would be happy just putting up the defense drone. But that's a nasty setup, and I can't reliably take down any one weapon. Okay, now the bomb is the most dangerous weapon, since this can't do anything to me. I actually should have let them fire that and then engage the hack. That was a misplay, but we are guaranteed to hit here, so they're still dead. More double rewards. Lanius sectors can be very good like that. There, store. Maybe even here, store. I think that's probably too much, but we will fight this ship. Yikes. I think I'll let them fire the flak, even though that could damage me, and engage the hack afterwards. Nice! Okay, maybe we can now do that because we got the fleet pursuit delay. you have anything that could help? Yeah, I can help. Don't think we need to hack this. If they line their weapons up, we will just cloak, so that the halberd beam on their side doesn't do anything. For example. And now they don't have a halberd beam they can use. Well, they do, but they don't have anything that can pop the shields that will make it do anything. I'm taking that. That is too much fuel. Also, I need to save my crew positions again, as I saved them before the dive. Yeah, I'll go here, store, and then take as many of these fights down here as possible. I don't think I can get these two, unfortunately, unless I skip the store, which I'm not willing to do. Yeah, that's fine. Probably don't need to hack weapons here, but I'm doing it anyway, just for security. I suppose I should have depowered a weapon quickly there in case they hit me twice with the heavy 2 through cloaking. Buy the whole one. It's not a great weapon, but it's certainly better than this stupid fucking heavy ion. And it means that if I upgrade my weapons once, I have something that can actually pop 2 shield bubbles. However, I'm doing this first. Had there been a backup battery there, I'd have bought that, but I was about to say that, and then I had this horrible thought of, was there one and I just didn't notice? No, there wasn't. Look out, we're trying to undercut the red giant gang. I'm hoping I can do this one without hacking. You go in there, let's cloak. Take the 10% chance in order to try to save a drone. Cool. I should probably have actually bought some repairs at that store, but oh well. I don't think I can take all of these. No. I think I can only safely take 3 jumps here, so I'm going to go here, 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 out. I might be able to squeeze a 4th in, but I'm not certain. Actually, I might not be able to squeeze this one in, unfortunately. I'm going to use a defense drone over using hacking here. Beam still does damage. We can use cloaking if they manage to get a shot past my defense drone, or they blow the defense drone up or something like that. Yeah, unfortunately that has indeed been taken over. I should have checked that. No. Let's just make certain. No, I can't do that without diving. Obviously, we're going to go civilian over going Zoltan 4. Zoltan 4 is a no sector. There's a store, I don't care about that. Do a greedy thing since we're about to jump into a giant nebula. I think I can afford it since we have Cloak Cycle. Even if we have difficulty killing enemies, we shouldn't ever, actually lose here. If a ship has 3 shield bubbles, we will actually need to hack shields, because we literally can't damage them otherwise. But my next upgrade is going to be getting the hull laser in play. Can I have your burst too? That would pair very well with my halberd beam. Their repair person is a mantis, so they're not getting that fixed anytime soon. It's not awful, but no. I just need to make sure these stay separated. This is the kind of ship that if it had 3 shield bubbles or faster weapons, it could be quite dangerous even with Cloak Cycle. I mean, it still could be. But fortunately, the fact that we were able to hit with the beam there and put it through multiple of their offensive systems is quite valuable. And they can't dodge now, so we are guaranteed that our next volley will do something. Specifically take this down. Depending on what bomb that is, that might actually be more dangerous. But... Still need more power, but we'll do that next. This fight is extremely safe if we cloak hack, so go man the door so we can bend this idiot who's boarding us. I didn't place that halberd beam correctly, but it didn't end up mattering. Try to follow them. Okay. This fight is annoying because of this thing. But we can still hurt it. Even doing only 1 damage to each room, the halberd beam's gonna do a lot of fucking damage. They might actually get another point of that up before I get to fire the hull laser again. They didn't, but they are now. I need to use the heavy laser just to pop this when it gets to 2 points and then switch back to the hull laser. Of course they missed. Use the halberd beam then to get rid of it. Well, we blew up a drone, but it was the wrong one. Could you fuck off? Yeah, this is one of those fights where the cloak hack cycle definitely feels really bad. Okay, we finally got something through. And we've also got rid of that annoying overcharger. Or, well, not got rid of it, but at least switched it off for the moment. Now we've got rid of it. Here I want to use these two weapons, I think. And let's hack those weapons. We'll engage it after they fire the ion. Since they're only using one shield bubble. The lasers are good. And yeah. Fortunately, these people are dumb double drone ships. If they were a smart double drone ship, we could be in trouble. More encounters. We might be able to do this without using a drone if we cloak this, because the halberd beam is going to completely wreck them. In fact, I think I can guarantee killing outright. Just fire the hull laser at this empty room after the halberd beam goes through power. Didn't even need to be at the engine. Jump here. I'd like to get the heavy laser online soon, but I know there could be a store sometime in the next couple of jumps as well. So I'll hold my scrap for a moment. This is another fight where we'll go with the lasers. Put some damage into weapons and then cloak hack cycle whichever of these two they keep up. Ideally they'll keep the missile up because then I have the fallback of the defense drone. Here we can just hold on because, well, there's loads of fire in there. We can try to get a crew kill. And we were safe in the knowledge that that missile was gonna burn down before they could use it. You're clearly not the intellectual match of your namesake, Mr. Turing. Now we just wait. Can't see what the fires are doing, but it doesn't matter. Because I know that they're not fighting them. And I know that they're spreading. Is there one crew member probably in here? Like maybe I can pick them off. Yeah, okay, that saves time. hold off for a couple more jumps. I don't remember what that quest is. Oh, it's an escort. That's what it's going to. Could be a store. Let's see if I can do a boarding event properly this time. Okay, if it's 4 boarders, we're still not going to be able to. I might actually want to deliberately funnel some of them towards shields, so they can wail on that for a while until I kill these guys. Now let's vent that room and they can run towards engines. No, they didn't do that. They're in here. That's annoying, but it doesn't matter. See, he's gonna now come in here. And they only had 3 crew. I knew they only had 3 because if they had had an extra crew member, they both would have come through the med bay and only one did. Go here and see a bunch of jumps. I'm gonna hire a 25 scrap Engi with engine skill. That's quite good. Where the fuck were the stores? Guess one is probably up here. I can do this. There might be one in that bottom corner. Nope. Oh yeah, of course one was up there. Was there some other jumps up there that I didn't see? I don't remember. But it might be the other one is down in this corner. Yeah, it's down in this corner. Kind of tempted by the combat drum, but I'd rather just get my weapons online soon. These weapons, the hull 2 kind of helps, but really, if I get to weapon 6, I could run the hull 2 and the hopper beam, which is 3 shots in the beam, or I could run hull 1, heavy laser, and the hopper beam, which is 3 shots in the beam. So why spend scrap to rearrange that? It doesn't do anything until I go to weapon 7. I should be able to do this without a drum. Okay. Now, if that store had been offering me a flak 2, I would immediately take that. Flak 2 halber beam is no joke as a combo. We don't have a clone bay, so this is a chance to lose crew. Let's take this instead, which is a chance to gain crew. With a clone bay, the top option is a chance at a high scrap reward, so with a clone bay it's generally best to take that. But there are some times where you actually want crew so much that even when you have that blue option, you would rather have the opportunity to gain a crew member that you can get from the second. You can get Dr. Jones to join you. I could rely on the defense drone, but you know, defense drones are not 100% reliable when it comes to shooting down missiles. And so I'm going to just hack weapons for security. The heavy 2 doesn't matter. Sure thing, dodge all of my shots. Cloak hack cycle will not work on this indefinitely. But it hopefully will work for long enough that I can get it down, and if it doesn't, I can fall back on drone. This should, because that's close to firing, cause them to keep that up, even though that weapon can't do anything. Okay, there's a store there. Let's take at least one more jump. Probably only one more jump. Fortunately, that one jump is a slaver fight, and we can make a good amount of scrap here. That's only a level 1 hack on oxygen, I can tell from how low the oxygen gets by the time the hack ends, and that means that we can just ignore it. Cloak now so that we buy time. So yeah, they're about to engage it again, but our oxygen is back up to 100%. No. Had we not gotten that cheap Engi, I think I would have taken that just for a third crew member. But fortunately we don't have to, so we can get a high scrap reward right before the store. Right before 2 stores. So whether we go to that second one depends on whether there's anything here we want to buy. Nope. Whole repair drone is kind of cute. We don't want that, we just want to get fuel. I'll hold off on the level 4 engines actually, because thinking on it, we don't have max skill in evade anyway, so it doesn't give us 100% cloak evade yet. Let's vent you out of there. Whatever idiot or idiots they have in these. Looks like 2 from how they managed to get damage on that. No, it's only 1, I think. Yeah, only 1. Oh no, it was 2. Okay, cool. Out of there so the human gets the kill. Take all these nebula jumps and then hit the store. The halberd beam should have us in this fight, even though these weapons are really dangerous. We'll just cloak when they fire that first volley. They have a max of level 2 piloting, as I've mentioned many times before, and the halberd beam will take that out, and then we will make them go. Blue option? Damn! That is one fine blue option. You can take over here, and let's swap you guys around. You don't have max piloting yet, but then again, the person I had on engines didn't have max engine, so it doesn't affect whether I have 100% cloak evade. It just means that we don't have it for a different reason. We will attack the ship. We also got an anti-drone, which is quite helpful. We'll just keep that. We have free drone slots. It doesn't sell for very much and it's quite good, so unless there's some very pressing reason to get rid of it, I won't. Okay. By the way, the whole beam animation is bugged and there's a frame missing. This is the only kind of enemy ship in the game that actually has whole beams, but it actually applies to your ship as well. If you rewind a moment there and take a look, you'll see that when it fires, there's an instant where it vanishes. Yeah. Go to the store with 200 scrap. I guess we're doing shield hack stuff. I could maybe have kept that in order to use at Weapons 8, but honestly it's not much better than just using Halberd Heavy, and it requires spending 100 extra scrap, so... I suppose Halberd Hull 1 can one-shot phase 1, because it does 20 damage if you aim the Halberd, the hull laser rather, at an empty room, which this doesn't, but whatever. It's not that important. Since we're now relying on shield hacks, let's get our hacking all the way up. Ideally, we just get another beam for the third slot and we'll one-try everything. Let's go here to see whether we can do that. We can afford a pike beam or a whole beam by selling stuff. We can't do that. We can get a drone recovery arm. Honestly, I don't see the point in doing that now because we don't have an offensive drone, and the one that's here we couldn't buy if we got that. I don't particularly tend to use offensive drones with all beam setups anyway, because all beam setups are very high DPS setups, which are so are drone setups. I usually prefer to pair drones with like fast conventional weapons. I'll just keep my scrap and keep moving. We are at this point picking how to win rather than whether we win or not anyhow. And I want to win this way. We might take damage here, by the way. This is one fight, or because we have to get through the Zoltan shield and we have to hack shields. We could take damage. I think actually my cloak lasts long enough that it doesn't matter. But they might be able to get that flak off while I only have one shield bubble. Nope. Oh, yes, it did. Just barely. But we didn't get hit. Good. Let's just do this now. I'll get some evade soon, I'm sure. Look for the rebel ship. We're already at the exit. It wouldn't matter if it had doubled. Well, we have our rock v rock choice here, which we dodged earlier. Fortunately, now it doesn't matter that much. Go to rock controlled because I think green-red is better, Sector 7, than red-red. We can't do the Rock Homeworlds quest anyway. Well, we can't do the Crystal Cruiser quest. We can do the ordinary Rock Homeworlds quest, but that thing sucks. If I do this, I have live mine protection, so I'm going to do that. No. Since we don't have any map information, we're just jumping blind and could easily hit the live mine unintentionally. If you have a clone bay, it can be worth just going there intentionally, because that event can give you pretty good scrap. I'm going to cloak this because our beams will, even if they get loads of rock resists and don't die, it's guaranteed to take the burst 3 offline. As you can see, they would have needed a lot of rock resist to not just get blown up there. I see that you are also a connoisseur in using flak and burst 3. Okay, we don't need to vent out because there's only one of them. This might mess my timing up though, because there's a rock in my weapon, so I'm not getting the skill. Fortunately, it did not mess it up enough to matter. Everyone be healed. I'm holding about 100 scrap for stores just in case we see another beam. Either pike beam or hull beam makes this a one-shot against all 3 flagship phases. Halberd is 16 between them if you shield hack, and then pike beam is 6 and hull beam varies, but it's 8 or 9 each phase. And they max at 22 hull. I did not think they were going to be able to get that off. I think that was a mistiming on my part. Whatever. We will wait and attack the surviving Mantis. This is the fight where the Mantis begin with basically damage on their weapons. It's like the engine hack event, but you get the benefit. Engi, go to medbay and let's just vent everything out to try to force them in there. I don't want to evacuate weapons because it can mess up my weapon timing. Oh, they actually got damage on that. Whatever. We can fire safely while cloaked because we're firing only beams. Let's send the beefier crew members now to deal with this. The Engi can do repairing. That's sort of more to their strengths. Kind of tempting to buy a Zolt and stick in shields, but I don't want to do that. It's too expensive. Welcome to Rock Sectors. Sector where you fight enemies that cloak and have 3 missiles. Fortunately, that pilot upgrade, in addition to the engines rather upgrade, in addition to giving us immunity to the live mine, it also gives us 100% cloak evasion, even without the skill. They might get a missile off here, but you know, we have a defense drone, we can stop that. But we also might be able to stop it by putting a heavy laser in there. No, we can't. defense drone. There's one more store in this sector, so I'm gonna keep my scrap. We could theoretically use an intentionally inefficient swipe here to try to take out just weapons and then let the asteroids pound on my shield, but I don't want to do that. Pound on my shield. Let the asteroids give me evade training round. They'll give me a little bit anyway, it seems. Yep. Jump here to see this beacon. There's one that we don't see, so that could be a store, but whatever. Keep the heavy laser for now, just because that gives us something to do at weapon 7, which we're going to buy right now. I'm sure we will go to at least one store next sector. Sure. We already have live mine counter. And we have long range scanners, so we can find lots of fights. This option will often just get you a fight anyway. So the blue option there is questionable, but whatever, I'll just take it. Give me scrap, move on. If you're trying to score farm there, you're better off intentionally not using that blue option in order to get a fight, whereupon you get the scrap anyway. Or at worst, you get a outcome where you go to protect them and you get some scrap and a bit of free hull damage, but you're still getting the same level of scrap that you would get from taking the blue option. No. Give me a high scrap reward instead. Do I have 2 jumps before this store? Yes. So fight, store. We'll sell the heavy laser one there and upgrade onto the whole beam. We might also be able to find something nice, like an offensive drone to help us kill Zoltan shields. Beam drone would be ideal. Let's just pre-cloak. No. There are certain ships we might not one-shot simply because they could get rock resists. There are too many rocks in that room. To remember that my weapons fire a little bit slower here. I also should have cloaked that, I guess. I was concerned about the missile, but I guess I needed to be more concerned about the laser. I really probably should have the 3rd shield bubble by now, but I'm greedy for that store. Yes. Max fuel, max drones, high scrap, and a weapon. We obviously will never use that since we have a whole beam instead. But we can sell it at a store, which is conveniently located directly next to this beacon. There's a flak, but whatever. I mean, we could swap and go flak burst 1 heavy laser or flak heavy laser halberd beam, but why? Let's sell these weapons up and buy this combat drone for popping Zoltan shields. We don't need any consumables, we have loads of all types. Let's just do this, and then we'll get our shields up. We will fight the ship. We can basically pre-nuke everything now. Unless they have, like, I don't know, really fast double offensive drones like Combat 2, Combat 1, and we might be able to take damage when we end the cloak. No. We have an anti-drone for that eventuality. Ignoring that store. We have everything we need, we just want more scrap. In my experience, if you have max weapon skill and the halberd beam is your slowest weapon, you want to hack around about when the weapon charge bar is level with the B and beam. I'm sure there's a more scientific way of measuring this, but this is the method that I have found useful. That was a 26 damage swipe. Sadly, these jumps are not really accessible. Let's just go here, 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 and towards the exit. We've still made a lot of scrap this sector. Suppose I might as well hit systems in case they get some massive rock resist. We want to wait as near to the solar flare going off as possible because our cloaking will not come off cooldown automatically. The hack will. Your god sent us here to join so that you would join my crew. That's a guaranteed fight. The second option is a 50-50 at getting a rock. I don't want to get a rock, I want to get scrap. I can't upgrade my shield to the rocks. You just go there. A lot going on in this fight. I'm glad that I'm not no-pausing it. It's the sort of situation that I would want to get practice on for when I would eventually swap to no-pause. If I were playing no-pause, I wouldn't be playing right now because my brain is a bit zonked because, as I mentioned previously, I inadvertently took an extra dose of my antidepressants, and that usually makes me feel a bit wobbly and weird. I could run these two in, but who cares? They're not near to... You already have level 1 punch training, and the rock is definitely never getting that, so who cares? Two jumps and then the exit. Damn, that's a lot of pre-battle borders, and they're going to send actual borders over to me as well. This would be awkward in the long term if I was having to remain fighting the ship because they're going to punch my cloaking down, but we're going to beam them to death. Really? I suppose I didn't place my whole beam accurately. Oh well, they're down to one shield, so we can keep doing damage. They've brought some of their crew back, and we have a defensive turret. So we're fine. The halberd beams will finish them off. Go help out. I would definitely like one more crew member now, just for convenience. If we find a store that we have to go to in Sector 8, I would buy one. I think if we get offered one from a slaver, I would take it now. Ideally, we'd get a slug to be our pilot. I don't know that slugs are particularly common in rock sectors or in Sector 8, though. There is actually a difference in terms of crew availability by sector type. You know, if you're in Engi sector, you're more likely to see an Engi crew member than anything else, for example. We get a free weapon that we might not have a chance to ever sell. Aid the civilian ship, give us a double reward. Just cloak now, and then we should stop this from ever even landing on my ship. Even need all three beams there. That particular layout is very vulnerable. Cool, we got a free Zoltan. That's the second part of the reward. You can go stand in shields. You don't have shield skill, but whatever. I one-shot most things, so shield skill is not especially important. Even by the standards of shield skill, which is usually not very important. A repair station would be nice, but not essential. Helps us to use our drones in the other phases, but in the various phases that we want to use them in, that is, but it's not important. We'll use defense and anti-drone in phase 2 and combat drone in phase 3. And maybe if we fight any Zoltan shield ships, we'll use the combat drone in those fights. I don't know whether we one-shot here, but we're guaranteed to put 5 points of damage on weapons, and that should deal with both of these. And we did one. We could also use a combat drone in case where, you know, because of the layout, we're not guaranteed a one-shot. Let's upgrade our oxygen for buffer purposes. And next up it'll be doors and backup battery. This ship can't hurt us. This is one downside to having a beam set up, is that I can't just hack oxygen and get an easy crew kill here, because if I do that, my weapons don't do anything. I need to hack shields every fight. I suppose you could theoretically put a combat drone up and wait an eternity for a sequence where it fired very quickly and hit every time. But whatever, I'm not even going to try the crew kill thing, which I could do by swiping oxygen and just making them blow up. I don't want them to run away. Cool, lots of fights. Let's get this because I don't have mind control immunity. Next we'll upgrade doors, then we'll upgrade backup battery for powering our drones. Definitely one-shot this. We still don't quite have max evade, but the level 5 engines means that doesn't matter. Bit late on the hack there, but not so late that they get the cloak, so it doesn't matter. We get a very expensive sell bait thing that we won't be able to sell because we've already seen these jumps. I suppose there could be a store like there and we can get there between selection phases. But whatever. Oh, I should have got an upgrade. Oh well, this is only going to be a low scrap reward because we need to crew kill to get a proper reward here, and all beam setups don't really do crew kills. Unless one of them is like a fire beam and you're in a completely safe fight. Okay, well that's getting taken over, so we'll go to the repair station. That'll give us enough to upgrade the battery. Which is the last upgrade I particularly care about. If we get more scrap, I'll sink it into engines, just for the sake of it. We will be one-shotting phase 1, so we're gonna pre-cloak them as soon as they come out of cloaking. And the shot that we want is this, this, and that. Oh, we do find a store that sells all that expensive stuff in precisely the location I thought it could be. Cool. In that case, I'm going to actually upgrade drones so that in phase 3 rather, I can run these two. I'll keep the anti-drone for this phase. I might even be able to jump back and sell it between phases, although probably going to just take this. Also, we don't need the long-range scanners anymore. Take this jump. We might have taken damage there, but whatever. We'll have to dive once. That doesn't matter. We can actually blow this up because we can just put a defense drone up to deal with the missile. So this might be one of the layouts that we actually don't one-shot, but we'll do so much damage to their weapons that it's fine anyway. We can also actually cloak their weapons and their ASB at the same time. We did still one-shot. So let's hopefully wait until these people suffocate and our cloak comes near to being off cooldown, or as near to being off cooldown as we can get it. This next phase is another one that we could just pre-cloak and kill, but obviously I can't pre-cloak if my cloak is on cooldown. Let's hold on here. We might just naturally dodge the ASP. We want to listen out. No, or we could just get the cloak back and not need to find out. And I am being called for dinner, so that's inconvenient timing, but whatever. We'll finish the run off once I'm back. Okay, we are back. We are midway into this fight. Let's just make sure that I know what I'm doing. I've already cloaked. We have the shield hack over there, but are not wanting to use it yet. Now we engage it. I feel like that might have been slightly late. Yeah, it definitely was, but it doesn't matter. Because our cloak lasts long enough and we just get the kill here. Now let's remember, I have an extra drone. The anti-drone doesn't do anything in the final phase. It literally can't. So we want to just do this. We can't buy any upgrades. There are none that we can purchase for 31 scrap. So in this phase, we will have somebody get mind controlled. We haven't crew killed anyone, so that will be a little annoying. I'm going to run the rock out. Are you the cross-trained Engi? No, you're not. I might move the cross-trained Engi into piloting if the rock gets mind controlled, but we'll see. Actually, before we do this, let's also vent a room or two. Yeah, just those ones. And we'll fight them away from the base in case we decide that we want to run away. I'm not sure that I care about the zone being mind controlled. You run back. These other guys are in drones. They're going to try to run to join up with the Zoltan. Honestly, I can let the Zoltan just batter away on my shields because once we're through the Zoltan shield, we hack shields and win with our beams. And our offensive drones will do that for us. Although they might actually get power system. Yeah, they did, and unfortunately they got some damage through. They hit enough times there that it wouldn't have mattered even if we hadn't had our shields broken. So sadly, no zero damage fight. But still a very, very comfy win. This is going to be pretty good scoring as well, because we had like max shields, weapons, reactor. Yeah. Wow! Dun dun dun! Yeah, that's a... Yeah, another very solid scoring run. That's some of those late sectors when we had the scanners. Yeah, we made 537 scrap in Rock 7. That's absurd. So, we are at 10. Let's also quickly do a thing. How much scrap was that? 2274. So that's 500 runs since I started tracking. Let's see whether or not I can get this to show up quickly. I think I'll edit this in afterwards because I need to remember what the hell I need to do to actually have it happen. So, I let's just find out what ship we're going to play next. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, Fed B. Perfectly cromulent ship. So, I hope you enjoyed the run, and I will edit in some brief footage where I show my tracker and how I've done over 500 runs, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Okay, now I've got it to actually focus on my sheet. Oh, let's close the other thing that I had open. You probably now can work out what hockey team I'm a fan of. I don't particularly care if people know that I support the Habs, even though they suck right now. But so over 500 runs. I like the fact the stats are very, very round, 470 and 30 for a 94% win rate. I'm quite happy with that. My worst win rate ships are Fed C and Stealth B, which is what I would expect to see as the bottom ones. I'm more surprised by Zoltan B, which is the kind of outlier with a lot of weird losses. Zoltan C is very deceptive as well, because in my early point when I was tracking, I had a day where I lost 3 Zoltan C runs in a row. I was playing while tilted and making mistakes, and yeah, I haven't lost on this ship for quite a while. It cost me my first... Or was it my second cycle? No, it cost me my second cycle. My first cycle died on Manchester C. And that was, at that time, my PB streak at 39. But I haven't lost on it in quite a while, which you'll be able to see as we scroll down, because I've got... This is my overall record. I have my last 100 runs here, which is very strong. The only ships I've lost on, as I mentioned, are Stealth B and Zoltan B. And that includes, the tail half of the streak of 79 that is my PB, and all of the 54 streak that was the last one on this channel. And then I have my last 250 runs, where I'm, again, a very even 240 and 10 for 96%, which I'm also happy with. As you can see, over my last 250 runs, I haven't lost with Zoltan C once. I'm also quite pleased about the fact that over my last 250 runs, I'm now 10-0 on Engi B, which is absurd. It's joint my highest win ship. Obviously, with the ships I've all played pretty much 7 to 10 times, but which ones I played most often is just based on the random button. It's also nice to see that my overall scores don't seem to be changing all that much. That I track like the average amounts that I get in wins, and I think it's trended down very, very slightly. Like you can see over my last 100, it's like 1 ship defeated and 1 beacon explored less per win. I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that because I've improved as a player, I've won a number of runs that I would have previously lost, and that is a thing that you would expect to see happen as you get better at the game. But anyhow, I hope that you found that interesting, and as I said, I will see you next time for Fed B. Bye for now.